Howdy hoodle. Don't die. Thank God. Thank God. Right, there we go. Hello, hello. And the winner, and the winner, and the winner, and the winner, and the winner is MC Hammer. That's stuck in my head. Oh no. Right, hope you're all doing well, my doodles. Howdy doodled. I just... Right. Hope we're all doing well. I'm just checking a couple of things. Right, there we go. So, what we have is we have this, that, and that. So, what is the first thing we have to do is fix this timing, because that time is out of date. 15th of June, there we go. 15th of June at 9:01, not 8:01. Let's say I didn't start this an hour early, did I? No, I didn't. It's just that's being done. Right, huzzah, there we go. Howdy hoodle, Peters. Hello, I'm Peter. Let me just clicky druggy droppy drop that there. There we go. Right. Howdy folks, hope we're all doing well. This is already off to a brilliant start. The time and date was... Well, I was expecting the time and date to be wrong. But even after correcting it, it was still wrong, which is not fun. Right, so... First things first. So we did the install, we did Python stuff. Okay, so that's done. Right, so... leave the directory, remove the directory... Move on to the next one. tar-xvf text info. Remember, it's not just copy paste, people. Not just copy paste, people. Oh yeah, guess what, Peter? I start work tomorrow. I've only been awake for 3 hours. Oh, that's not good. 4 hours? 4 or 5? I've been awake since 4 PM. And this time, it's not my fault because I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it, so it's not my fault this time around, okay? That might be worth it. Yes, I have not been the one. I would go enterprise drives first if you've got them available, because that just makes more sense instead of migrating entirely. But again, with going to enterprise drives, you've still got to migrate regardless, so it just depends on how many times you wish to migrate. Well, yeah, it really just does depend on how you want to do it. So, 6 on one, half dozen the other, and all that. Well, other than that, I hope you're doing well. It's text info. Yeah, I suppose that could work. rm-rf text info. Next one is tar-xvf util Linux cd util Linux. So I almost had another oopsie. I almost did I make install that? Okay. So yeah, I had another Linux oopsie. For some reason, it's the support, like the I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what the issue I'm having is, because... And I should probably absolutely remove this version of Linux, because, what is it? It is... Yeah, it's the RT. It's the 6.1.0-15-RT version of the Linux image that, for some reason, is the primary image that gets loaded up whenever I boot into Linux. Even though I have the non-real-time, non-RT image there as well. So I booted up the computer, had a small oopsie, when suddenly I only have one monitor, not three. I went, hang on, I didn't update my system again. Why am I back to the 1.8 scenario? No. I was on the RT kernel. So that's why. I was on the RT image, so I had to... It's just a quick reboot and thing. I need to remove the RT kernel, or the RT image. That's all it is. And I could probably do that right now, because I'm not booted onto the RT image. But I will do that one when I'm no longer streaming, because I don't want to break something, because knowing me, removing the RT image now would break something. Knowing me. Yeah, there is like a 100% chance I would break something. So, we don't touch. Anyway, I start work tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I would have been in work for 3 hours. Good coffee. Right, we've made it now. It's time to install. I was watching the 24-hour of Le Mans before I started streaming, and oh boy, it has been entertaining. There was a car that had its alternator pulley, its alternator pulley wheel broken because of a singular piece of gravel. It basically got flicked up and into the alternator pulley wheel, well, behind it, after it flicked through the alternator belt. Destroyed the pulley wheel. Just destroyed it. Fun. Oops. Okay, so we've installed that. So we leave the util Linux directory, rm-rf, util Linux. I can, because I'm still stuck on Australian time. It's easy. It's quite easy for me, Peter. Hello, Hello, Jordanian femboy. Hello. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Right. Where are we today with this? So, cleaning up and saving the temporary system. Please tell me I installed that. Did I install that? Okay, I did. Good. So, I'm still trying to wake up. So, we're having a fun time with that. Right, saving and switching to the temporary system. So we actually this is the part where we actually log into the system itself. Everything could go wrong here. And I mean, absolutely everything could go wrong here. Yeah, we've done it before. We just drop these in, so it's just removing documentation we don't need. We don't need library. We don't need .la files, and I can't remember what they are now. Memory's failing me, and we no longer need the tools. So we get rid of them. We can save ourselves an extra gig's worth of space. We will make a backup, but not in the traditional sense. We will make a screenshot of this, well, snapshot thing. This is for saving. Don't fuck up. Oh, yeah, that's right. For some reason, it cannot contain a space. I don't know why. It doesn't show you how to make an ISO, but what it does do is it, in the further on in the Beyond Linux from Scratch book, it does show you software on how to make it. It's in the Beyond Linux from scratch, not just the base Linux from scratch. I mean, technically speaking, yeah, you could just copy it across, but copying it across is just fun. No. Right. Okay, so we are not backing up. So because we're not backing up, we're not even going to touch that. We're not even going to do anything with that. I'm not going to touch the restoring or anything. So we continue on with what we're doing here. Now, the chapter 8 very much does depend on the quality of your system. Now, this virtual machine here running on Virt Manager, which is basically, well, it's QEMU, it's as close as bare metal as I can get it, without actually being bare metal. It is running with 30 cores and 16 gigs of RAM, so it is in a better scenario than most other systems would be. So what you see here is not respective of what you may experience, so just keep that in mind. I do have to say this because it does change, so don't worry about it. But in this case, we can start moving forward. It does talk about some package management, such as upgrading issues, how to deal with package management. I have typically gone with the "it is all in my head, it's all in your head" package management, and that appears to work. And I've also done it just by looking at timestamps, so we'll just leave that alone for now. See, movable by grub. So either way, let's move forward, shall we? So we need the man pages. Contains over 2,400 man pages. tar-xvf man. It is entirely possible, because you have thought about me, Peter. It's gone. No, and broken. Just the thought of me is enough to kill things. So get rid of 2 man pages that are not needed, because the supplementary. Hello, Pancake Sparkle. How are you doing, my friend? I'm doing well. I'm just finished off the end of chapter 7 and bringing in chapter 8. I have genuinely just started chapter 8. So we have the fun of chapter 8. So leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next directory. So in this case, we need to tar the IANA tools. These are used for the IANA protocols, which is just networking stuff. And as we can see here, it is updated using the 25th of January edition. I had to think about that for a second. So it's just copying some service protocols into place. We don't need to worry about that. And then we have the wonderful glibc. Remember, what I have here is not exactly representative of what you may have. So what I've now done, we will now remove the directory. In this case, we remove ion, and now that we've done with that, now we need to do tar-xvf glibc .tar.xz. The reason why it doesn't automatically tab to .tar.xz or gz, I can't remember, is because there is 2 directories that have glibc-2.39 as their leading. One of them is a patch, as we can see here. So it's important that you actually make sure you extract the correct one, because extracting the patch will not give you access to what you need, although it would be rather funny. But in this case, as we can see here, it is recommending, it has an approximate build time of 12 standard build units for me. If memory serves me correct, the standard build unit timer was 25 seconds, so we're looking at not too bad. Again, this is a brief extrapolation, magical nonsense going. It should roughly take 3 somethings. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It was a little bit outside of the normal because I was sat on a roof because Well, why not? It was sunny. I could sit on the extension roof and still have the sun come from the direction of Scotland. So that's why I sat on the roof for. Because I was preparing for the video, and it was admittedly a little bit of a surprise to know that Canonical are actually working with a company to make an Ubuntu-based laptop. Now, my opinion on it is no. That is genuinely my opinion on it. I don't think it's going to be any good. Because the fact is, it's only got 2 USB-As, 2 USB-Cs. One of the USB-Cs can't even be used for anything except probably charging. The 2 USB-As are USB 3.0, which is not what what's not what is used for standards these days. If you're going USB 3, the minimum you'd expect on a new device these days would be USB 3.1, Gen 1, maybe. That would be what you expect, but what we currently have, what's on that machine, just nah. On paper, it looks like a decent device, and that's where how good it looks ends. Because past paper, nah. So it's only got 3 usable ports, which is not great. You've got a micro SD card slot, which is all right. So there is that to it. That's not bad. So you got the what? I will not skip this one because it says it's critical. Time make -J30 check. Because it says it's critical, we don't skip the critical ones, but other than that, we skip everything else. It's the fact that it's going to be out of date before it is even released. Because unless Canonical works with the company, I forgot the name of now. Unless Canonical works with this company to release this laptop with a new version of Ubuntu that is not going to be out of date before it's released, because they're going to be releasing it with Ubuntu 23.10, which the support for that ends on July 11th, 2024. And yeah. But this is not just a it's a RISC-V. It's a RISC-V. Yeah, well, trying to beat Apple at their own game is going to be kind of hard. Well, taking into consideration the fact that the Apple CPUs are not made by Apple, they were obviously manufactured by somebody else, made to the design specs of Apple. So, more than likely it's TSMC making them. More than likely, considering the performance of it all. And considering TSMC is one of the bigger names, because if memory serves me correct, they've got a fabrication facility in the Netherlands as well. This is just to move work outside of Taiwan in the inevitable case that in the unlikely scenario that China decides to attack Taiwanese mainland, they can actually just hop the manufacturing over. That'd be problem solved. Now, I could be wrong. It could be America or the Netherlands. I will have to double check that. But it wouldn't surprise me if TSMC. Yeah, ASML, which, if memory serves me correctly, ASML work with TSMC. There you go. That's the thing. It's whether you can. It's whether new hardware can beat Apple hardware, like for like. If you're having to use more power to beat Apple, then you're not beating Apple, because Apple silicon can work on a lower power, works on a lower power state, and comes out on top and outperforms a lot of things. So it's just whether you can beat Apple on like for like. If you can beat them and have within about 10% power consumption, you're fine. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. I hope you do hear back from ASML, mate. I really hope you get the job at ASML, because you deserve it. And also, we all love the EUV lithography machines. There we go. Saying EUV lithography is a mouthful. Try saying EUV lithography 3 times fast. Good luck, you probably won't be able to. But it's all well and good saying, oh look, this ARM CPU can beat Apple. What's the temperature like? What's the power consumption like? Because if it can beat Apple and stay in the same power temperature range as Apple, then you're actually beating them. But if you're only beating them with more power and more temperature and higher temperature load, you're not beating them. You're just making a higher performance. Well, just... that's the thing. It's whether you can bring it all together. Now, see, that's the thing. It's only 35 watts maximum, which is fantastic. If you expect a x86 64-bit, if you expect a non-ARM CPU to run at 35 watts, you are strangling it, basically. The fact that you've got a ARM CPU doing 35 watts and it's performing brilliantly suggests that, in theory, it's at its limits, which is good. Now, I don't know the details of the manufacturing process of Apple Silicon or Apple ARM or Apple M1, 2, 3, what, Max, Pro, Ultra, what have you. No, don't. Oh, I need to turn that off. Yeah, I need to turn that off. So you may have just noticed the screen starting to go dark because it's sat 5 minutes. If that happens, I lose the virtual machine. Oh, that's not bad. I recently saw a video of someone actually running a Minecraft server on their Galaxy phone. It was like a relatively new one, and it was running fine. So I want to try and do that with my Note 20. Because I think that would be funny, just to go, okay, I'm running a Minecraft server on my phone. Because funny. And what I like about this phone is the USB-C and the fact it also has an Ethernet MAC address available on it. Because if I go look in the settings here, I say, if I go look in the settings here, thank you. Thank you. Oh, it wants me to swipe to unlock. No, I don't know. It's because I haven't entered the PIN code in for a while. But the fact that there is a MAC address available for Ethernet is what I like the most, because there's the Wi-Fi, phone Wi-Fi address, Bluetooth address, Ethernet MAC address. That's what I like. It may be an issue with incoming requests. It might be it. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. We really have come full circle. If we take everything into consideration, we have come full circle. We go back 20 years, 35 watts was deemed as the all big and powerful, and oh, look at all this power we're getting out of this 35 watts, and how well this is performing. That was 20 years ago. We look now, and we're going, look at this 35 watts and how much performance we're getting out of it. We have genuinely come full circle. Because 20 years ago, we had flip phones that actually folded in half and all that, and now we have them back again. We are just on a cycle of, we had it before, we'll have it again. But as times change, 35 watts was massive. We went up to what, 200-300 watt CPUs in some cases, and now we're back down to ARM CPUs being the all singing, all dancing 35 watts. So it's just a constant development cycle of growth. And it's how we can come out ahead of that and take advantage of it is what really is how we can utilize it is what the key thing is. in my opinion. Now, I can't see into the future. I don't have a crystal ball. What I can only do is take a guess. And my guess is ARM CPUs are going to be side by side with x86 CPUs. Because whilst, yes, what I have in my phone is an ARM CPU, there are ARM CPUs all across the world, and they are used on a pretty much equal basis, but as a general purpose and getting developers of big software to work with ARM CPUs, it once again falls down to Valve and Big Man Gaben to work with ARM CPUs and the ARM instruction set. Because Steam's working on Valve, correct me if I'm wrong here, Pancake Sparkles, but is with Steam working on the Mac Silicon, or the Apple Silicon, we've got the ability to bring in software support for something that's never even supposed to run on ARM CPUs, let alone anything else. Now, how's this all working? Because of the work that Valve puts in. Valve is the biggest. Valve is the biggest developer of software at the minute. Now, that may seem like a strange thing to say, like, how are they the biggest developer of software? All they are is they just make a compatibility layer between Windows and Linux and Windows and Apple. But why are they the biggest? Well, here's the thing. They are actively providing support. They've got the hardware. They're making software for it. Like right now, Valve is what tech companies want to be. They have hardware that they support. They've got software that works. They have the biggest market share for PC gaming in the world. They actively build with Proton, which is built on top of Wine. So inevitably, they are helping the development of Wine. Ask me how I know, because the amount of Wine install scripts I've had to do is insane. Don't ask me how many. I'm quite happy to keep doing them as well. But the point being is, Valve is the biggest software developer in the world at this point in time, in my opinion. They are the biggest and most important software developer on the planet as an entity. Now, Apple does their own things, Microsoft does their own things. They all have their places in the world. Same for Linux. But Valve is what is bringing all of these things in together to work. Now, it seems crazy that, how is what is initially developed as a gaming platform for people to buy their games through become this big giant thing? They just want it's just the fact that they want everybody to be able to game on their own hardware. That's all it is. And because of that, we have all of the support for all of the hardware we could want. Works on Windows, works on Linux, works on Mac Intel. I can speak for that one. And it works on Mac Apple Silicon, as Pancake Sparkle here can prove. It's because of that we genuinely have what we have nowadays, because Valve goes, okay, we want you to be able to buy our products, or buy products through our platform on any hardware you have. Corporate greed for better, in my opinion. No, I could be wrong. I could be more than wrong. You're welcome to your own opinion. Your opinion could quite easily differ from mine, but I'm of the opinion that this is corporate greed for the better. And it's working. Because they want more people to buy software through their platform on whatever it is. So because of that, they make it so everybody can play games. Not just Windows. And not just with not just with the Steam Deck. In my opinion, big up to Valve. So yeah, that's my opinion. Valve is fantastic. They're this huge, big ass company that are making things better for themselves because they want more money. That's my opinion on that one. They want more money, so they make it easy for people to spend money. That's what it is. God damn it! Yeah, this is why I don't. This is why I don't check this. This is why I don't normally check this, because it takes such a long time. But even though Valve is corporate greed, they're making things better for corporate greed. It's genuinely doing good. Because here's the thing. Go back 10 years. Gaming on anything other than Windows was just this mystical thing that only a few games that were developed with the others in mind. And I do mean others, because anything other than Windows was deemed as an other. Now, I can quite literally go from Windows to Linux to Mac OS with the same game that was never designed to run outside of Windows, and it works across the lot. That is what I like. Because, for instance, Anno 1800 was a game that was never designed to work outside of Windows, and I've had it run on this operating system right here. On the operating system that I'm streaming out of, I've had it running and working out of it. I've had the multiplayer working out of it. Fantastic. It works. All because one company said, give me more money. That's it. Valve went, give me more money. And that's it. You're not wrong, Peter. And a lot of the DRM developers are seeing the fact that if they don't change to Linux, they're going to be left behind. That took 15 minutes. Oh, fuck. One fail. Dear. Hello, Kudo Conan. Welcome back, my friend. Hello. It's nice seeing you again. We will ignore the... Right, okay. We've got to check that. You see, this is why I don't normally run the, thing. This is why I don't normally run the check tests, so I don't know if it's failed or not. Oh, God. Do that. Right, so... if upgrading to glib in a new minor version, for example, 3.6.39, yeah, don't. We're nuts. We're just gonna do make install time, make install. Help if I typed install correctly. Yes, I find it funny that Gabe Newell genuinely used to work for Microsoft. What was it recently that Microsoft offered to buy Valve for like $50 billion or something like that? The answer is obviously going to be, no. Because why would Valve want to give up their independence? Because Valve are not influenced by any other company. They are their own thing, and they are all big and powerful. Individual locales, we're not doing that. We're not touching that. Actually, we are touching that because I'm going to have to. It saves me doing all of the locales, and instead we just go with the most popular ones instead. All these several thousand locales. Exactly. Like, you're not wrong. Microsoft would absolutely kill Proton because it's a threat to their market share. And just Valve is its own independent entity. It is wholly, if memory serves me correct, and I could be wrong here, please correct me if I am wrong. But if memory serves me correct, that Valve is still wholly owned by Gaben. Oh, you're definitely not wrong about the fact we talk, maybe talking too early about it. But here's the thing, my friend. It doesn't matter. TZ select. So we are currently in Europa. 7. London is 8. Britain, UK. There we go. Okay. I wouldn't say it's too early to talk about being a threat because here's the thing. It's not really a threat. In my opinion. I could be wrong. But it's more of an annoyance instead of a threat. So zone info, Europe, London. Grab the dynamic loader, chuck that in. See, that's the thing. It's with the way that it is. If it's Linux if Windows is shipped shipped as standard, people don't care about anything else. It's when they get tired of Windows and then go, right, surely there has to be an alternative, and that's when things start to change. Because when people are given choices and options, that is when they start to feel threatened. That's when things start to change. And that's why you're right. RM-RF. Remove this. I mean, right, what I'm doing right now is just doing this is just an affront to Windows because I'm making my own Linux operating system going, I'm better than you. And it's more of the ability to make their own. What is this? zlib. Sorry if I'm seeming a bit buffery. Not the stream. I know the stream's not buffering. It's just me buffery. Dizzy. Maybe. Not quite sure if it is. Not sure if it's working. I need to turn the fan. The fan's on, there we go. See, I have used all three interchangeably, and they all have their own benefits and their own disadvantages. And they all work for what I need them to work for. So we didn't do the configure yet. No, we did not do the configure. So once we've done that, I make. We do not need to do the -J30 because we've already set that up as a make flag, so we don't need to worry about that. So do this, leave the directory, remove the directory, onto the next one. In this case, it is bzip, not gzip. So bzip2 dot. That's clearly got a patch to it. The reason why earlier versions of Windows has POSIX support in the form of Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000, and that mess, The reason why Windows has POSIX support was to get more money out of the US government for defense contracts. And that's the only reason why Windows has its very limited POSIX support. So the difference between LFS 12.1 and LFS 12.1 SystemD is the LFS 12.1 uses the SystemV initialization system as opposed to the SystemD initialization system. They are two markedly different things because I made that mistake. So trust me, they are two different things. Don't worry about it. You can make them both. You can make one or the other if you want to, but you cannot do them interchangeably. But yes, they are their own things. Prepare that for that. Do that. And now, of course, what we need to do is time make. That should then take barely any time at all. Love hearts everywhere. See, I've actually built a SystemV in it. See, my first bootable Linux from scratch operating system was SystemV in it. Because it wasn't until past 6 months, 8 months, that I was actually able to get a system to boot. Because of the fact that every time I tried to do SystemD, it wouldn't boot at all. I'd just get to the end and just no booty, no boot. But SystemV in it was my first Linux from scratch bootable system. So yeah, fun. Install some shared objects. Shared objects are basically the Linux equivalent of .dlls. But you mean the now dead CentOS 6? I've got no idea what Upstart is, but I can tell you I have used SystemV in it. Ooh, right. Leave the directory, remove the directory. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I remember you mentioning that last time. I hope that's going well, Kudo. So, with the fact that I start work tomorrow, my work is at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 4 days a week, so I'm working 44 hours a week. It does not intersect with what I do here with the Saturday streams, or with what I do on Linux in general. So I can continue to keep doing this. This obviously does take priority, so I won't stop the Linux panic stuff. So don't worry about it. Oh, fun. So time make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, type xvfz std cd z std. So in this case, it is compile, so compilation, and then install using that. Yeah, it's easy when I'm not the one that's having to debug it. I can, one of us can, if you just drop it into the general channel on the Linux Panic Discord, then yes, I'm assuming at least one of us will have a look. Right, so we did that, so leave the directory, remove the directory. Tell the next one. So in this case, it is file. So cd file. See, I do enjoy the system control set. Yeah, that just makes life so much easier. And journal CTL is good. But if I'm the one that's having to figure it out, things break. Because as Peter knows from experience with me, when I need to fix something, it doesn't work. Yeah. I am forever terrible at just making things not work for no apparent reason. That is true. I did manage to fix that. However, I still break things just by looking at them and using them. So what was funny is I was having to fix something on Peter's server with limited assistance from Peter through text, whilst I'm also doing it while messaging back and forth, and then I was having to diagnose and fix a system that I had never seen before. That takes some level of knowledge, being able to do that. So it's a miracle that I didn't break it. I admittedly, I was worried the entire time I would break it. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. Yeah, I decided I wanted to start using my stuff again. So I did, but in the process of me finding out starting my stuff again and going, why is this not working? We found a small problem. That was easily fixed. Now, couple of I CD'd into the correct directory, wouldn't it? Because something had broken and I needed to fix it. I had never seen like the configuration, or I hadn't seen anything involved in the configuration. All I know is I have access to it and I have full control as long as I don't fuck it. So it was a hope and pray, make sure I'm doing it correctly the first time round. And basically learn how something works without having touched it ever. Because I've never touched any of the configs that had changed or anything. Never seen them before, had no idea how they work, and had to just guess on the fly with the information that could be provided to me. You know what? It's not broken. I didn't break it by some miracle. I am very good at being able to have a look at things for the first time and go, right, okay, how the hell is this supposed to work, and how do I make it work and not break? Yeah, no, from what I can tell, it just works, so I don't blame you. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one's, in this case, it's M4, cd M4. So it's the fact that I'm having to learn on the fly and fix it on the fly, and we fix it in production. Fuck it, we do it live. That is often the approach I take with a lot of things of, fuck it, we do it live. And if it breaks, cry aggressively and then fix it. And somehow that works. Type make, and then I make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, type an xvf, bc, cd bc. Yeah, it's fun having to just hope and pray that what you're doing is actually going to work. So time make install. Make sure this is actually the bottom of the file. It is. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one's type and XVF, flex, type, TD, flex. Because I spent so long using the keyboard that I was using in Australia, I am still not quite back to using this keyboard. Because one thing that ever so slightly, majorly, annoys me about the difference between UK keyboard and Australian keyboard is if I look to the right hand side of my left shift key, there is the pipe and backslash. Pipe and backslash is there. Right hand side of the left shift key. In Australia, the right hand side of the left shift key is Z. It's Z, not thing. Fun. Well, considering the fact I've now used 3 different layouts in 3 different countries. Shut up. Then die on the hill. I'm the only one that can say that to him. No one else can tell him to die on that hill. Because Peter and I have known each other for a very long time, and we have told each other to die on the hills that we want to stand on, that we want to die on. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so type an XVF, TTL. Aha, so this is why it's important to pay attention, because this is the source one. HTML one is... gotta find a hill. Go find the Anzi hill to die on. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, me and Pete are the only one that gets to tell each other to go die on a hill. And also because I have touched Peter's precious in the form of his server. Don't take that out of context. But I have also touched Peter's precious, and it's not killed it. So, yeah. I know, but that's the point. It's the fact of I have touched his precious and his servers, them being his servers and his configurations, and not broke it. And oh, I have used a macOS keyboard. I have used macOS keyboard, UK keyboard, US keyboard, and Australian keyboard. My coffee cup is empty and I am now sad. But I also know that ISO 8859-1 is the ISO standard for keyboards in Western Europe. Or English keyboards. So, time make install. We're not running the tests because... fuck it. Screw it. We do it live. Install headers, because Xspec runs it. If memory serves me correct, that's this keyboard here. Because I am so used to the fact that I can do shift 2 and get I can get that. And because what is annoying, because whilst I've been using my Mac laptop, I can do that and expect that from Mac. But if I do it where the @ sign is on this keyboard, it's that, because of the different ISO standards. It's so fun. I've had to use all of them. Right, we've done that. Now we will install the optional directory, the optional stuff, because yes. Done. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so type and expect cd expect. There we go. So expect major version 5, minor version 4.5, patch version 4. Expect needs PTYs to work. Verify that they are working from inside by doing this. Are you working? Okay. I like the L-shaped enter. I very much like the L-shaped enter. I have once used a keyboard where the backspace icon, the backspace key, was the size of one of the number row keys. So, one wide backspace key. That took a while to get out of my system. So fun. That's prepared for compilation. I make. Yeah, it was a PS2 keyboard. Not actually for the PlayStation 2, but it was a PS2 standard keyboard. Fun times. That was a lawless land. But on the make, it's time for install. See, I just love how the fact that that works on CPU interrupts instead of queuing. Oh, there was a meme that I saw that says, fuck you, unrounds your DIN connector. So it's just a square DIN. Hang on. Let me just put it in the, I'll put it in the Discord. I don't think I put it in the Discord. I will, because it looks like something. That's for sure. If I just, where, their Discord. Huzzah! Good stuff, Peter. About bloody time, mate. Where is... I'll stick it in memes. I've got to find it now. Yeah, there we go. Fuck you, unround your DIN connector. Square. Solution. Nuke it. There you go, Pancake. I put it in the memes channel. You can see what I mean by fuck you, unround your DIN connector. Okay, that's done, that's gone. So we can leave this. So, leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, Deja GNU. Peter, how have you not learned that if I go anywhere near it or talk about it, it needs to be nuked the second something goes wrong? Because that's the only way to fix it. Yeah, nuking it is often fixes things that we would not expect to be fixed. I know, but it's the fact that... Yes, just fuck you, unrounds your DIN connector. Enterprise drives, my friend. Enterprise drives, try that. Yeah, just unrounds your DIN connector. Fun. It's funny. I just like the fact that it's just square. Well, no. The USB-B standard is the same one. It's the variations of USB-B that is the horrific thing. Just plain old bog standard USB-B is fine. It's when you start getting into micro, nano, the one that goes into portable hard drives. Why? I just love how that's also referred to as the printer cable. He's like, ah yes, it's mainly known for that usage. Not much. Go on then. I leave the directory, remove the directory. And then tar the next one, so package conf. cd package conf. Configure. Do that. Time make install. Yeah, see, that was just horrific. USB-B was the same thing. Did install, didn't I? Yeah, I did. How the fuck? Something is reporting far too much data. That's why it died. Yeah, no wonder. No wonder it's died. No wonder it's died. Ah, yeah, Peter, that's not supposed to do that. Oh, -xvfb new tools. Ah, so it wrote 220 terabytes in 15 fucking days. Sorry, 14 days. No. No. Still, why is it writing 21 terabytes in 14 days? It's more than, it is on average more than just over a terabyte a day. Why? Ah, you should be doing differential. Here's the thing. Are you doing whole backups? Are you doing a whole once every 2-3 weeks and then a differential every day, so you're not actually causing overwrite and overusage? We are skipping the critical tests because fuck it, you go whole. Yeah, right. My professional qualified opinion on this, because I actually do have the qualification in this one, is go with a full backup once every 2 weeks and then do a differential on the daily. Either differential or incremental, it's entirely your choice. But whole once every 2 weeks, incremental differential once every day. That is my professionally qualified opinion. And I can say that because I'm actually qualified in it. I love how I had to learn law as well at the same time. I love how sometimes we forget what RAID stands for. In this case, it is a redundant array of independent disks. No, I did not have to Google that. Yes, that is stuck in my head. Okay, you did that, so remove that. Ah, yes, would you like a redundant array of independent disks array? That suggests you have more than one RAID setup. So if I were to say, ah yes, here is my redundant array of independent disks array, it suggests there is more than one RAID array. Try saying RAID array 3 times fast. RAID array, yeah. RAID array. Ah, Raz. Okay, so we did that. So leave the directory, remove the directory. Tile the next one's -xvf GMP. GMP. CD GMP. If you're building a 32-bit, no, I am not, so we can ignore that. File that with the documentation. Yeah, that would absolutely be doing it. That is what would be nuking it. Fuck it, we do it live. We are ignoring all of the checks, because fuck it, we will. Leave the directory, remove the directory, file next one, so -xvf mpfr. mpfr. cd mpfr. Yeah, they shouldn't do that much. So it's probably got something to do with the virtual ceph, like you said. Yeah, it's probably got something to do with your virtual ceph, like you said. Right. Now that we've done that, we give it the good old thing of the thing. GMP, MPC, and MPFR are part of the same sort of suite of package. Suite of software. They're all used interchangeably. So, yeah. In that case, then it's your Zabbix doing that much. Oh yeah, so it's your Zabbix then. Leave the directory, remove the directory. MPFR. Tile the next half and XVF, MPC, CD, MPC. And give me the make. That would explain it. Hopefully, it'll now all be fixed. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tile the next one. So XVF ATTR, CD ATTR. What I also now do want to do is I'll just do clicky click. This will now give me access to. So we are at ATTR. If we look here, we're not quite over halfway. We've still got a long way to go. Fun. Yeah, we can't even see the bottom of the list from where we are now. Oh, yeah, no, that definitely went up here. Data. Ah, yes. 8,000 data points. Mate, you're monitoring more data points than an F1 team does on an F1 car. As part of Amazon's AWS advertisements, they stated something like 5,000 data points on an F1 car. How are you monitoring more data points on an F1 car? What? Oh, God, that's funny. Time, like, install, leave the directory, remove the directory, tile the next one. How are you monitoring more data points than what A, you do at work, and B, an F1 team does with their F1 car? How are you doing more than that, Peter? Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one. CD libcap. Okay, I stand corrected then. But still, how are you monitoring more data points than an F1 team does with their F1 car? How, Peter? Man's just likes his data. Leave the directory, remove the directory. See, this is why I would like some automation at this point in time. This would make my life so much easier right now. XVF libxcrypt. cd libxcrypt. Whilst we're sat waiting here, just currently going through all of these, the entirety of Chapter 8, why not consider becoming a channel member for little as 99 pence per month, where you could support me and get early access to videos, as well as a little badge next to your name that shows up on live streams, as well as comment sections. Hello, my friend Ben. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Man is trying to become an F1, trying to capture more data than an F1 team. That is 102. 100,000 instead of a million. Anyway, hello Ben, hope you're doing well, my friend. Instructions above disabled obsolete API functions, and it's no package installed by compiling the sources. However, if the only binary application that links against these functions required ABI version 1, if you must have such functions, we do not, so we'll leave it alone. Oh, good luck, sir. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Yes, they absolutely are pulling data constantly. Right, so leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one. So F1 cars, they are constantly transmitting, and then it is a well-known fact that once the cars are in the pit box, they are just dumping data at gigabit speeds from the car to the team. It is a high bandwidth wireless gigabit connection between the car and the team. Now we do that. If you wish to build with crackclib support, I will do. Prepare shadow for compilation, which I will do, which I kind of have to. Pasty paste. Compile. Yes, we shall indeed compile. There's a funny little thing I found out about the World Endurance races. They have, specifically at the 24 Hour of Le Mans, they have an area called Area 51 for cars that are not electrically safe. The track marshals will take a car to Area 51 for them to be made electrically safe by the teams. I just love that. It's like, your car is electrically unsafe, is it? You're going to Area 51 now. I find that funny. I just find that funny. Yes, we will shadowed passwords. And then shadowed group passwords. Figure out task via an API, enabled to... Yeah. Good luck. That's what I'm going to say for that one. Good luck. Yes. And then set a password for root by running that. So password root, and then we're just going to do... Done. Okay, I do not blame you, sir. It is what, 10:13 at night for you? Yes, according to Stream Elements, remember to subscribe and become a channel member for as little as 99 pence per month. Oh yeah, that's right, because time zones are a thing. Oh, I hope you enjoy that. I really do hope you enjoy that, my friend. Time zones. You are not that far away from me physically, but time zones. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. Next one. Oh, I hope so too, my friend. Whilst you're out doing bouldering, I'm going to be asleep. Ooh, that's not so... that could be worse. Not great, not terrible. 3.4 wrong gun. Not great, not terrible. Yes. Whilst you're going to be going to sleep right now for bouldering, I will not going to be going to sleep until like 8 a.m. because I have work tomorrow. Yeah, I need work. So, because I tell you guys everything anyway. Oh, not fun. So, this job I have, it is I work in a food factory. It pays me on a weekly basis, which is ever so tasty. It means I can save up. I can actually start saving up money and get bills paid off and people paid. It's just that I would much prefer to have overtime shifts as well, because I will be earning £11.50 an hour, which is 6 pence above national minimum wage. And then from there, once I work more than 48 hours a week, I get paid at £14.37 an hour, which is a massive jump. Nearly £3 jump, which is not bad at all. Well, Peter, let me know how your bouldering goes. I will indeed read your message before I go to work, because I have to have a shower before I go to work, because I have to have a shower before I go to work every day. So I worked out if I work because I can only work 77 hours a week. The 29-hour difference. The extra 29 hours I would work is worth £416. Now, I only earn £504 regularly. So to go from 504 to 920 £920 is not bad. Of course, I'll have to pay tax on all of this. Yeah, I'll try not to, but it's just I need to get a lot of money saved, and quickly, because I have a deadline. Fun. But yeah. Yes, I've got that to look forward to. A job's a job, and I'll take what I can get, because this is the only one that gave me a job interview. Well, this is the second one that gave me a job interview. The first one gave me a job interview, and then I got a denial email the day after. Except this denial email was insert information here, insert information here. Thank you for applying at insert information here. Thank you, insert name here, for applying at insert name here for location here. Oh my god. I couldn't even be bothered to fill out the information. Fun when that happens. Fun when that happens. What is taking this so bloody long? No, it's GCC. Oh, that's right. 42 standard build units. That's right. We're not running the test stuff. So we'll just be jumping straight to make install, but I will increase the stack size. So yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, being a channel member, you get early access to videos, get a little badge next to your name, and you also get thanked in videos, and you get a little computing themed membership tier. There is Windows, Linux from scratch, Debian, Arch, and Gentoo. I can't remember what they're all called, but yes, you get little themed ones. Alright, so we've made this. We will increase the stack size. because I'm going to do that anyway. And then we do time make install. The GCC directory is now owned by the tester user. It is not, but we are going to do that anyway to fix it. Create the symlink required by the file hierarchy standard hierarchical reasons and historical reasons, not hierarchical. That is a mouthful, trying to say hierarchical multiple times over. Have you tried saying hierarchical? Hierarchical. It's a mouthful. Oop. Do that. Funnel tool changes to place it as important to again ensure that compiling and linking will work as expected. I use Sanity, yes. Linux lib64 ld Linux x86 64 shared object 2 bada bing, and of course correct start files. Make sure this all succeeded. It did. Panic over. And then of course that is exactly what we want. And then we'll do the final one. And everything is there. So panic over. Even though we didn't need to run the even though it recommended we absolutely should have done the tests, we don't do the tests because fuck it, we ball, we do it live. Clean up the test files because we don't need them. Move a misplaced file. I don't know how it got misplaced, but it did. Bada bing. Leave the directory, remove the directory, GCC tar the next one, so tar-xvfn cursors, cd and cursors. Clicky next. Come down to here. Where are we now? So n cursors, okay. We are kind of getting our way through. We've still got a long way to go. It may take 2 weeks to get this done. So installation of n cursors. In this case, bada bing. Then time make. Come on, it would be nice if you loaded a little bit faster. Time make, bada bing. The installation of this package will overwrite the libcursors w.sharedobject.6.4 in place. It may crash shell process, which is using codes and data from a library file, and install the package in destination directory. And you had to basically do this to make sure it doesn't die. Is the top and bottom of it, really. There we go. Finally, make sure that all the applications that look for n cursors can still be built. We will install the documentation because documentation is useful, although sometimes it can take a very long time to do. And ignore this and move on to the next one. So leave the directory. So leave the directory, remove the directory. -xvf sed cd enter the next directory. Thank you for generating the generation. So we are starting to speed up and get through. This is the part where I would absolutely love automation, but we unfortunately can't get it, so we must continue to work through this ever so slowly. So I am also working on a Ultimate Linux install guide video. Now, it sounds strange. Why am I doing an Ultimate Linux install guide video? Don't I have like a lot of videos that are aimed at installing Linux already? I do, but the point being is I want to make a ultimate guide. I'm currently making an ultimate guide. We're not testing. The point of the ultimate guide is it is a video. It shows the start to finish of installing an operating system, and that's it. It doesn't have any of the Linux Panic advertisement gumph on it. Doesn't have any of that. It's just, here's how to install it. Congratulations on installing it. Once I am ready to release the series, I'm going to release it all at the same time. All the videos come out at the same time, so they're all available at the same time. So they can be watched as and when needed, and they don't have the advertisement for me in it. It's just, here's the thing. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so psmisc, pd psmisc. So it's just there as a, I've done the thing, would you like a thing? So people can watch it at their own leisure without having to being bombarded of, hey look, it's me, Linux Patnik, please subscribe and all that good stuff. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so type in xf get text, cd get text. Right, configure get text with the following. Time make. Why are you? Oh yeah, that's right, because this one does take a while. So I'm currently working on that one. Okay, good. I'm just making sure there's nothing in there because I keep hearing something rattling. So I currently have a few Ubuntu videos recorded. I'm going to be doing anything that I can think of that I can do into a video. I will do. Doesn't matter how long it takes to do. I will do it. Just because I think it'll be nice to have an ultimate install guide. That's just my opinion on the matter. And that's just how I feel about it. I might do it. I mean, they'll all get uploaded and set for publication at the same time. It's just, I don't know if I want to do it as a membership exclusive first or not. Not too sure on that one yet. Ooh, my neck. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie. But I've currently got some Ubuntu ones recorded. Those are the easiest to do. Ow. But no, that's just the goal. I just think it'd be useful for everyone. Yeah, I just think it's got to be useful for everyone. I might do it on days off from work. If I get the chance for said days off from work, because I've been told that there is overtime opportunities coming up if I want to take them or not, and overtime means more money. More money is good money, so I'll take that. I will definitely take that, because getting more money from work is always going to be good. Now that we've made, we will now install, obviously. Now what I want to do is, come on, leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, type an xvf bison, cd bison. I can't remember if bison is one of the longer running ones or not. Memory serves me correct, it is. It is a pain in the derriere. Come on, would be nice if you loaded a little bit faster. Yeah, it's just compilation. The compilation for this one always does take a little bit of time. I'm not entirely sure why. I just think it's down to the way it is. Configure, and then time make, and then time make install. So compilation takes significantly longer than anything else, which is annoying, but I don't know why. Configuration with compilation, making it and installing. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one's -xvf grep. Hello grep, how you doing? PD grep. So in this case, we're looking at grep, which is the find everything tool. Do that. Prepare it for compilation, which in this case is just configure with the prefix of user. And then time make. I do realise that I am rambling entirely, and my throat is getting rather sore because I've been talking non-stop for nearly the past 2 hours, or past 2.5 hours. So that's fun. And also, my coffee cup's empty, so I don't have anything to drink because I forgot to get something to drink. Right, we've now made that, so we want to do time make install. So once we've done that, it is installed. We will leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one. That's right, because there's a patch file for this, so cd bash. Important you pay attention to when you try and get a file, get a thing to load, or to extract the directory. Sometimes there is a patch file that will prevent you from extracting the directory, as we saw there with the error. So it is important you remember this. So time make. In this case, we are absolutely ignoring the fact of testing, because we don't need to do tests, because if it breaks, we ball. Fuck it, we ball is the answer. So time make install. Yep, install. And make install. You may have noticed that it wants us to log in to shell. It's because this is a newly compiled bash program inside the operating system, and doing so replaces the already existing one. As you can see, it says so here. But it's why it's important to read, because it's not all just copy paste. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, tar-xvf libtool, libtool. In this case, that's good. So cd libtool. Right. So we have the preparing for compilation with compilation instructions, and then we've got the make it, install it, and then remove a useless static library. So time make. Yeah, time make. Thank you. That was weird. That was weird. Time make install. Get rid of the useless static library. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. The next one. So in this case, it is the GNU Database Manager, or GDBM. GDBM. So the GNU Database Manager is a library of database functions that uses extensible hashing and works like the standard Unix database manager. The library provides primitives for storing key/data pairs, searching and retrieving data by its key, and deleting a key along with its data. So GDBM, everybody, it's a fun one to remember the name of. And however, if we look here, we are now over. We can now see the bottom of the list from where we are, which is good stuff. Oh, finally. Right, so GDBM, do some configuration. So time make, in this case, yes. Time make install. In this case, we are now done with this. So we leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one. So gperf, cd gperf. So it is easy just to go through all of these one by one, which we have to. But again, what I have here will indeed vary to what you have on your system, because with my system, I am running 30 cores and 16 gigs of RAM. What you have on yours is more than likely not what's going to be on mine. So things do differ. We've done that. We've done that. With the time make install. You do not need to do time every time. I just like having the time function there, because to me it looks nice. Ah, okay. Hmm. Okay, no errors. That's fine. That just seemed a bit strange to me. Either way, leave the directory, remove the directory tile. The next one, so expat is this one. So expat, so cd expat. That just looked like it was having a bit of a funky moment when it kept saying, "Oh, there's nothing wrong here, nothing to do." That got my back up. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" I just wanted to make sure it was correct. Time make install. Yes, we will install the desired documentation. So leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so tar-xvf. inet utils, so this is the internationalization, this is not the internationalization utils, it is the interface network utils. Because the internationalization tools is the INTL instead of the inet utils. They are two different things, trust me. I have made that mistake before, trust me, they are entirely two different things. So, the inet utils, this is just a load of compilation instructions on what two are not used. So in this case, this just shows that the option disables the building of the inet utils whois client, which is out of date. Instructions for a better whois client are in the BLFS book, so the Beyond Linux from Scratch book. It just removes the data logger, just remove some stuff that doesn't need to be there. It is all fine. Once that is done, we can do time make. And then, of course, time make install, and make sure it is in the correct place, which we can do with this one right here. Exactly. Thank you very much, Pancake. I was struggling to remember what tools it has exactly in it, so thank you very much for informing me. I was having a brain fog. Leave the directory, remove the directory, inet utils, tar the next ones, tar-xvf less, cd less 643. Prepare it for compilation. Hold on, so are you telling me that time I fucked up my operating system and forgot to get wget, I could have just FTP'd and didn't need to build an entirely new operating system? Hmm. This is why we live stream what we're doing, so we learn from other people, and from our own mistakes. Because I've just been informed I'm a fucking idiot. Whoops. Thank you, Pancake. God, that would have been nice to know then. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one. That would have been so nice to have learnt then. To have known that then. But there's also the possibility that I would have absolutely have butchered the operating system anyway, causing me to have to rebuild it. Telnet is SSH without security, basically. Because it broadcasts everything in plain text. Yep. Anyway, thank you very much for that one, Pancake Sparkle. Oh, God. I wish I had known that one. Oh, I wish I'd known that one. Time make. Oh, I really wish I'd known that one before now, because... Pearl, more like pain. Ah, yes. 1.5 standard build units, it says. The Perl package contains the practical extraction and report language. I like its name, but what it does is so much pain. Oh. That only took a total of 25 seconds. Not bad. Time to make you grab these. We do not touch the tests because I'm terrified of touching them. No thanks. Right. So we're getting through this pretty good. So now we've done Perl, leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, XML parser, that's right. CD XML parser. You can tell I've done this one before because I knew exactly to do that with a capital. Yay, fun. Time, like, install. Remember how I said the inet utils and internationalization tool? I now have the internationalization tool next. We did install. Okay, so leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so intl. cd-intl. Trust me, there is a difference. You will know about it when you come to do it the first time around. Fix the warning that is caused by Perl 5.22 or later. So Perl version 5, major version 5, minor version 2.2. Prepare for compilation. The above regular expression looks unusual because of all of the backslashes. What it does is add a backslash before the right brace character in this sequence, backslash dollar curly brace, resulting in the backslash dollar backslash curly brace. Yes. Fun. Now we've done that, so just time make. Okay, so what is I18N? We've made that. Because I've seen it and I'm not entirely sure what I18N is, so I would like to learn. What is I18N, my friend? Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one. CD autoconf. Okay, no, I agree with you. What the fuck? Yeah, no, that makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. So, configured it, time made it, installed it. Configured, make install. Okay, that's fine. So, leave the directory, remove the directory. Autoconf. On to the next one, so tar-xvf auto make cd auto make. Okay, whilst it kind of makes sense, also no. 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 So time make. And then time make install, time make install. So we leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, start an XVF open SSL. CD open SSL. We will absolutely need that at some point further down the line. So prepare it for compilation. This is the open SSL stuff. Make. We will install it. We are skipping the tests because no thanks. Yeah, that is weird. Why would it be I-18N? Honestly, why? That's just a brilliant way to confuse people even more than just saying internationalization. What? Did that. Paste it in. Do that. Honestly, I've got no idea, Pancake. You've got better, better idea. A better idea than I do. There we go. Much more, many better. Much more, many better. Yes. I have control of the English language, I promise. Right, now that we're done with that, so leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so kmod, cd kmod. So configure zlib, paste, zlib, make, and then swing that in. Swing. Now that's done, we want to leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so libelf from elfutils. The elfutils, it is important you pay attention to these things because these things do change in with time. The libelf for handling executable and linkable format files. Libelf is part of elfutils 0.190 package. Use the elfutils from the tar.visa taskball. Tarball, not taskball. Yes. Time make. And of course, we just waz that in, be done with it, move on. Once we're done, next up we have libffi. I cannot remember what libffi stands for, so we will learn this one together. Leave the directory, remove the directory. Tell the next one, libffi. cd libffi. The libffi, the FFI stands for Foreign Function Interface. Try saying foreign function interface 3 times fast. Good luck to you. Right. Prepare libffi for compilation, which we can do with that. And then, of course, as usual, time make install, leave the directory, remove the directory, the next one. It's important to do this one with capital 3 because there is a lowercase which has one for the documentation, if memory serves me correct. There is 2 different Python libraries. One of them is uppercase, one of them is lowercase. In this case, we need the uppercase. It's important you remember this. In this case, we need this case. Yes, case. We are casing the case. Yay. Fun. Right. Time make. Okay, so time make install for afterwards. I know this isn't going to take so much time. I would like to be able to go get myself another cup of coffee, but I can't because I've still got this to go. I still have another 1 hour and 12 minutes to go. So I can wait an hour and 12 minutes because coffee. And also because my throat is rather sore. Yes, that's right. Python, during the install process, automatically runs tests without your permission because fuck you, that's why. It does it part of the installation process. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there's 44 tests it'll do, don't worry. You have no choice in the matter. That's why I say don't worry, because it does it anyway. I've done it enough times to know it will absolutely do it, regardless of what you tell it to do. This is one of those ones where you have to let it do its thing. Otherwise, it will complain. So this one doesn't take too long because of the fact of it's got all of this to do. So it just, you just got to let it run. It's got to test the pickle. It has to test the pickle. Test the pickle. Yes, because yes. Alright, come on. Let the pickle be tested now. Come on. Come on. Right, now that we've done that, it's time to make install. And then after we boot the LFS system, we need to not have this, so we need to just run this. Warning, running pip as the root user can... Nah, fuck you. Doing that gets rid of that. If desired, install the pre-formatted documentation, which I will do, because having documentation is always better than having no documentation, because trust me, it comes in handy every so often. Emphasis on every so often. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so typhon xvf flit core is a new thing in regards to Linux from scratch version 12 and beyond. This was not in earlier versions of Linux from scratch, so it is important that you pay attention. And I noticed this when I was doing version 12 the first time round. It was a new thing, so I had to learn it. But that didn't take too long, so we leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one. So in this case, it's the wheel one, cd wheel. This is just for grouping and permissions, don't worry about it. Compile it with the following, bada bing, and then install it with the following, bada boom. Problem solved. Right, leave the directory, remove the directory, the next one, which in this case is just setup tools, cd setup tools, version 69, nice, 0.1.0. Again, it's just a quick copy paste because it's using pip3, which we've just compiled from that Python directory. So we're getting through this a bit quicker now. So we're now down to, we are over halfway now, because we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We've already done 54, we've got 26 left, so we're over halfway, which is very good. Okay, we did pip through install. Okay, good. Hello, Bear Goggler. How are we doing, my friend? It's nice having you back. So leave the directory, remove the directory. We only have 24 left now, so we're getting through this pretty damn quick, my friend. Hope you're doing well. CD Ninja. Well, extract it, enter it. We go from there. I am alive and breathing, my good friend. Using the option. Right, okay, so this is one I need to pay attention to. CD Ninja jobs. 30. It's a good thing I paid attention to it. Yes, make it recognize the ninja jobs. Build ninja with that. I am alive and breathing. I start work tomorrow, so I'm just. And when I say I start work tomorrow, I mean my night shift job starts tomorrow. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I'm just sleeping from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Out in a minute. I'm just tired. My throat is sore from talking pretty much non-stop for the past nearly 2 hours. So yay, and my cup's empty and I don't have another drink available. I am working in a food factory, so I have that to look forward to. So that is now done. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, typhon xvf mason, dd mason. It is a food factory. It is 12-hour night shifts. It pays weekly, so I'm happy. it'll do me very good to have money, because I fully intend on returning to Australia, because I had to leave Australia because I turned into a ghost. Again. So, I don't know if you know, but I have a habit of breaking things just by going anywhere near them, including the Australian government system, or including the Australian government immigration system. It is not an ice cream factory. I wish it was an ice cream factory. Because, no, I don't plan on skimming it. It is not an ice cream factory. Unfortunately. Would be nice, though. Yeah. Job would take some licking. Yeah, it would need a good old lick for that one, wouldn't you? I wish. I wish. Nah, it's a job. Well, a job's a job, and I just need the money. It pays weekly. It pays just over minimum wage for a 23-year-old, so I'm happy with it. So, job's a job. Mason, so we've left that so tar rm-rf masons r-xvf core utils, because that has a patch, so cd core utils. But it pays weekly. It pays £504 every week if I work the 44 hours part of my contract. If I work my weekly 44 hours, I get paid the 44. The second I tip 48 hours, I go from £11.50 an hour to £14.37 an hour, which is a rather large jump in pay. Oh, I would love to work in IT, my friend, but unfortunately, I don't have this little thing attached to my name called a degree. I don't have a degree next to my name, so I can't work in IT. Yeah, so I need to dedicate 4 more years of my life to education, or 3 to 4 years of my life to education, before I can actually get a job in IT, because without having a degree, useless. Yeah, that's fun. Because me having all... I was actually looking at getting a job in Australia once, and I got turned down because I had Linux experience and not Windows experience. It was an IT job as well. That was a fun rejection. That was a fun rejection. Right, okay, so time make. We are not doing that. Not doing that. I'm not doing that. Just gonna do time make install. Right now, I'm just happy for a job. It's a job. It pays. That's all I care about right now. If I'm careful with my money, I can be saving quite a lot of it each month. Did I? Okay, good, that's fine. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one's type in xvf, check. cd check. 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 There we go. Oh, I did go to that expo, and there was some murmurings about it, but nothing solid came from it, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate, but there we go. Now that we've done that, do this, leave the directory, remove the directory. There are a few things that I want to do over here first, well, before I go back to Australia, such as get myself a full UK driver's license. Because what annoys me the most is I have an Australian driver's license. In the 4 months I held my license before having to come back, I drove conservatively around about 8,000 kilometers. Roughly 5,000 miles, give or take. And yet over here, I'm not allowed to drive. And to go on a motorway here, I need to be in a car with a trained driving instructor with dual controls before I can even touch the motorway. Yet in Australia, I am used to driving 2, 3, 4 hours at a time over several hundred kilometers and up and down mountains with lorries right in front and behind me going faster than me. Yeah, I'm not allowed to drive in the UK. Oh, it's annoying. tar-xvf diffutils cd diffutils. So yes, I want to get myself a full UK driver's license. So when I return to Australia, I can walk into Service New South Wales, which is basically a government office, and go, here's my Australian learner's license, here's my UK full driver's license, give me my full Australian driver's license. To which they may go, okay, please take this driver knowledge test, which I will go, okay, I've already had to do one of these to get my Australian driver's license. And then they just go, swap. Your Australian learner is now Australian full, thank you. Yeah, it annoys me that I can't drive. I know how to drive. Driving long distances is something that I'm very much used to. Yet I'm legally not allowed to do it. Oh, I hate that so much. Right, now we've done diffutils. It needs to be tar-xvf awk or g awk. So cd awk. Did I do time make install? Yeah, I did. Okay, memory was having me slightly oopsied for a moment there. Prepare for compilation, which we can do with that, and then we want to do time make. I'm used to driving on motorways. I'm used to driving in the rain. I'm used to driving in all sorts of conditions. The worst weather I had, it was fucking it down with rain so hard that I could not physically see the road, and I couldn't see more than 20 foot in front of me. But what I could see was the 8 sets of lights behind me following me in the same lane. I had 8 cars following me because I decided, instead of traveling at 90 k's an hour, which I'm only allowed to drive at in Australia at the moment, I decided to do 40 because it was really fucking it down with rain. I had 8 cars following me. At what point does this LFS build fail? The second I try and turn it on for the first time, I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing probably the first time I try and turn it on, which would be about right, knowing me. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so tar find utils, cd find utils. All right, paste this in. Right, we will also have a look here to see how far down we are. Oh, look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. See, you know where it says true root? That's actually the LFS system I'm currently in. I'm currently building it, hoping I don't break it. I'm using Ubuntu Live to build the system. I'm using a QEMU KVM virtual machine using Ubuntu 20.04 Live to build my LFS system. So, weird way around of doing it, but it's the only way I can do it. Well, I could use other Linux operating systems, but I choose to use this one because I've used this one before. It works. Anyway, there's find utils. We've done that, so rm-rf, find util, so leave the directory, remove the directory, tile the next one, so this one, graph, cd, graph. So page paper size, in this case we want A4 instead of letterhead, because A4 is international, A4 is non-American. The Ubuntu will not persist the second I go to reboot the system. This, what I'm doing here, is actually technically inside the LFS system already. I'm technically inside the system, running it. The Ubuntu system will not persist as it is just a live environment. Make install. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so in this case it is grub. Hello grub. Okay, so cd grub. What I'm doing in the terminal will persist. What I'm doing inside Ubuntu will not persist. Unset any environment variables which could make things go, which is not what we want. Add a missing file from the release table, which we will do with this. And then prepare for compilation, disable warrior, system config directory, and also EFI menu. This option minimizes what is built by disabling a feature and then eliminating some test programs not needed for LFS. We are going to do what I normally do and go, screw it, we ball. We are not doing the tests because we do things in the live. We do, fuck it, we do it live. Because we like to talk to ourselves. Right, so time make. And then install. And of course there are no tests available for this one anyway. Plus it says don't run it. So we don't run it. Leave the directory, remove the directory, file the next one's to have an xvf gzip, cd gzip. Potentially, considering it has long-term support, it would make sense. However, I don't, because I use Debian 12. Debian 12 has been my, well, Debian has been my daily driver for a couple of years now. And the reason why it's my daily driver is because it just works. I don't need anything else. I just know it works. I tried Ubuntu. Ubuntu just, I couldn't get along with it. So I used Debian, and Debian works when I don't break it. The only time Debian no longer works is when I fuck it up, which is frequently. -xpf IP root. cd IP root. Yeah, Debian just goes, nah, mate, when I break it. So that's the only time Debian breaks. Because it's fun. It's funny when it breaks. Because I have to figure out how to fix it. Right, copy, come here, paste this in. Leave the directory, remove the directory. Tar the next one. KBD. BD. There's a patch for that, so CD KBD. We can tell there's a patch for it because when we tabbed, it gave us an empty space. So in this case, it is just this. Now that we've done that, remove the redundant resize cons program. My left shoulder's killing me now. Prepare it for compilation, so disabling vloc, which we don't need. This option prevents the vloc utility from being built because it requires the PAM library, which is not available in the root environment. And then, of course, it is just make install. And then if the desired documentation, install it, which we can do with that. Whilst we're going through this part of the chapter 8, maybe we can consider becoming a channel member for as little as 99p a month, where you can get early access to videos such as the ones that I do every week, and a little badge next to your name that says, I support this guy, so why don't you? And you also get thanked at the start of videos. So, let's continue. Now that we've installed the desired documentation, which just make sure we have, leave the directory, remove the directory, tar, the next one's tar-xvf lib pipeline, cd lib pipeline, bada bing, feed it the configuration, which in this case is just configure with the prefix /user, then time make. Time make, and then time make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so in this case it is make. We will make the make directory using make. I like that, cd make. Yes, I do. Because it's actually really early on in the book. It's somewhere around here. I've got it set up so it just uses all the cores, so I don't have to keep doing make -j30. I just have it set up. It might actually be in setting up the environment. It's somewhere around here. Yeah, see, with this, it's the make flags. So if I do echo make flags -j30, there we go. So I don't have to put that in every time, and it just uses it each and every time. Golden. Makes life so much easier. It is in chapter 4.4, so if you want to do that, do it there. See, this is... I'm convinced somebody somewhere who works for the Linux from scratch has seen one of my live streams and gone, why is he constantly typing out make -j30? Fuck it, we'll actually correct it in the book to make it obvious on how to do it, because he clearly missed it. I'm convinced somebody's done that, and now everyone gets the benefit of having to do that. We cd'd into make, so configure it with the usual prefix of /user. That's why things have been going so fast. Time make. And then time make install. To leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so in this case it's patch. cd. Yep, there is a patch file. There is a patch for the patch file. cd patch. Evidently there is not a patch for the patch file, but there is a multiple patching patch. Yes. How many times can you say patch whilst talking about patch? There is no patch file for the patch directory, because for some reason there is a patch file for the patch. There was not a patch file for the patch directory. So why was it need a double tab for the patch? I don't know. Patching. Yes. Oh dear. I don't know what's wrong with that. So we just commit to it. We will commit to that. If it breaks, it's broken. We cry later. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one. So in this case, we are tarring the tar directory using tar. I love self-fulfilling prophecies. False unsafe configure equals 1, so that's yes. This forces a test for mk nod to be run as root. It is generally considered dangerous to run this test as the root user, but as it is being run on a system that only has been partially built, overriding it is okay. Yes. Then we will make, install, and then include the documentation because we can. So, I make install. This goes tastedly fast. It is very nice. So, do that. Thank you. So, leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one's -xvf text info, cd text info. So configure it with the usual configuration of user, and then time make. Yeah, I'm so glad that it's actually able to include the. Was actually including the make flags. I could do it with the proc tech check thing. I could probably do that as well, but I've just use all 30 because using all 30 makes my life easier. Optionally, install the components belonging in the text installation, which I will do now. And then, of course, I did do make install, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, just making sure because brain, no brain. Brain, no brain. So leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one. So in this case, it is Vim. Hello, Vim. How are you doing today? There are other text editors that you can choose from. In this case, Vim is the standard one, so we go with Vim. We could replace it with something else, or install another one, which we can do later if we fancy it. But in this case, we will just do this. I make. In this case, the configuration, the compilation instructions are actually taking longer than the actual installation. I love that. What this is doing is it's setting keybinds, so if you type VI instead of Vim, you get Vim. Because people are used to doing VI. Do that. We do not need to touch the Vim configuration instructions, but I will add them anyway because, yes, it's a good idea to do that. We don't touch that or this. We move on to the next one. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one. So this is what markup safe. cd markup safe. Compile it with this because it's using pip3 from Python, which we've already done. So it's basically done instantly. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so xvf ginger. This one also has its own compilation instructions available in the form of choosing which cores. It is important that you choose 30 because god bloody damn it, it's not ginger, it's the next one. It's ninja. Yep. That relies on core choice. If you do not go with 30 cores, if you do not go with the maximum available cores to your system, you will absolutely cry because some of these jobs take a very long time, even with 30 cores. Ask me how I know. There we go. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, so tar xvf SystemD 235 or 255 dot that. There is a patch file available for that, because otherwise that would have tabbed correctly the first time round. Remove two unneeded groups, render and SGX. Do this. So of course, this wants its own build directory, and it'll cd into it, and it'll do everything it needs to do for compilation. Come on, ninja. And then ninja install, and then we are good and right off to the races. Did you know, I found out at the place I'm going to be working, if you have the beard, you need to have a beard snood on. A hairnet for your beard. It's called a beard snood. I love that name. They're like, oh yes, would you like a beard snood to wear? He's like, why is it called a beard snood? It's like, that's just such a strange name. Create the thing which is needed for that, and then basic target structure. Beard snood. RM-RF, SystemD, -255. Yeah, exactly. It's just snood. I kid you not, it's genuinely called snood. I love it. -XVF, dbus. 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 Just snood. I have to have a hairnet anyway because it's a food factory, but also because have you seen my hair? It is halfway down my back when I actually brush it out and all that jazz. Compilation instructions as always. Many tests are disabled because they require additional packages that are not included in LFS. Instructions for running that comprehensive test suite can be found in the BLFS book. Oof. Time make install and create the system link which it will need for machine ID file, which we can do with that. Bada boom. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next one, and db, cd man db. Pro CPS ng, we're nearly at the end of this because that's get towards the end, which is very nice. This is just non-English manual pages in LFS. We don't need to worry about that at all. Manual pages in languages not in the list are not supported. So basically anything here is supported. Norwegian, Norsk. Yeah. Hello, I speak Norwegian and Norsk. Yes. Strange language. Either way, time make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so pro CPS ng, cd pro CPS ng. So paste. And then compile a package with that. Look at that, look at that. We will not be running the test suite, and then time make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory. Tar the next one, so in this case it's tar-xv util Linux cd util Linux. ES2 FS progs, if memory serves me correct, that means we're near the end. We might actually be able to get booted into the system before the midnight deadline, which would be very nice indeed. Very nice. Come on. So time make, and then time make install. I will just do that because that may or may not be needed. And then did make, yeah, okay. And then time make install. And guess what? We're near the end. Now that we have installed, did install that, didn't we? Yep. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, -xvf e2 fs progs cd make my yes words fs progs. The E2 FS Plugs package contains utilities for handling the EX2 file system. ext2 file system. It also supports the ext3 and 4 journaling file systems. Approximate build time 2.4 standard build units on spinning rust or 0.4 in an SSD. Have you heard the word? The bird is the word. Bird. Bird is the word. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word. Shoot me, please. Please shoot me. God, you're welcome for that. No, well, now. I make. You're welcome for that, by the way. And then, come on, time, make install. Ah, yes, 6 seconds. Very nice. Remove useless static libraries. Hello, I am a useless static library. You can remove me now. The package installs a gzips.info file that does not update in the system-wide, so basically unzip this file and update it, and then, yeah, do these things with this thing to make sure it does not fuck up. If desired, yes, we will do the extra documentation because we will need it. And then add this because, yes, just in case. It's always good to have just in case. And, oh, look, we're nearly, and look at that, we're done. We are now done with chapter 8. So leave the directory, remove the directory, e2fsprogs. Ha, right, okay. About debugging symbols. No, we are not doing that. First things first. First things first. We need to go to Beyond Linux from scratch. Read online. wget. Because I've already put everything here in place. I've already downloaded all of the recommended files and such. There is nothing recommended. It is recommended for your sanity, and that's it. Right, okay, so libpsl we need. Libpsl requires libidn and libunistring. Libidn requires libunistring. Libunistring needs nothing. So, first things first, we do libunistring. So, tar-xvf libunistring. cd libunistring. Because I've already downloaded it and put it in the exact place I need it to be, we're going to get it done now. And then I'll make install it. This is so I can get wget. I can actually download things and not be stuck. Yes, I know there is definitely a package that I can do it because okay, Sparkle's told me. I've already forgotten what it is already, but however, what was it? inetutils, there we go. But it's always good to have wget, so I'm just doing that now. Why is this taking so long? This shouldn't take this long. Why are you taking so long? Good, right. And make, and then time make install. Leave the directory, remove the directory in a string. Now I need libidn. So tar-xvf libidn cd libidn. And then do that. And then time make install. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word. Bird. Bird is the word. Right. Leave the directory, remove the directory. Because I did do the make install, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Right. So we need libpsl. So tar-xvf libpsl cd libpsl. And then grab these. And then time make install, well, ninja install even. leave the directory. And again, remove the directory, libpsl, bada bing, right, wget. So now we do make ca. Now go back, close that. Make ca requires P11 kit and runtime built after libtasn. So we need to do libtasn first. So tar-xvf libtasn cd libtasn. I have done this so many bloody times now that I know I've had, it's kind of like second nature. This is to ensure that I actually have a thing to download with. Trust me, not being able to download anything because you forgot to install the thing that you can download things with is rather stupid. And I've been told that I don't need to worry because it comes as standard anyway with iNetUtils. Right, now that I've done libtasn, I need to do a P11 kit. So leave the directory, remove the directory, libtasn r-xvf p11 kit cd p11 kit, and prepare for distribution specific anchor. Drop that in. Install it. There will be some errors thrown because of the way that things are looked at and dealt with in regards to calling network for certificates and all that jazz. Okay, that's fine. And now we need to do that. And then the P11 trust module can be used as a drop-in replacement for lib nssckbi.shared object to transparently make the system CAs available to the NSS OS applications rather than the static list provided by that. Yes. Alphabet soup. Would you like some? Leave the directory. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. The next one. So in this case, we need make ca. So tar-xvf make ca 1.13. Yep. cd make ca 1.13. To install the various certificate stores. There will be errors thrown with this one because it can't talk to the internet because that's the way it is. Unable to get the revit, don't worry about it. This is entirely expected. We will have to reinstall this later once the networking stuff has all been installed. And also wget has also all been installed. Don't worry about that. To use the system certifications, yes. That's now done, so now we can install wget. So leave the directory rm-rf make ca r-xvf wget at 1.21.4 cd wget 1.121.4 dunzo wget copy paste bada bing. And then time make install. Yes, so all of this just to get wget. Yes, I've done this plenty of times. So there is a song that I need to listen to when compiling the Linux kernel. It is Nero Forte by Slipknot. I listen to it every single time that I compile the Linux kernel, and Linux kernel has compiled correctly without any errors every single time I've listened to that song whilst compiling the Linux kernel. So I will be listening to that. Did configure it? Yes, I did. Good. Debugging symbols, stripping it down. So we need to ask it kindly to take off its clothes. Cleaning up. Clean up some temporary leftover files from the test, which we did not run, except for the first one. There are several files in userlib and userlib executables, which have the lib archives files, which are not needed because, nope. Get rid of, find them and delete them. Again, do that. And then also remove the test user, which we no longer needed. It was not found anyway, so we're fine. System configuration. Finally getting into the good stuff that will make you fucking cry. Ask me how I know. Let's do introduction. Okay, so this is just how it all looks. General networking configuration. If you will not use the SystemD networked D for network configuration, for example, when the system is not connected to the network, or you want to use another utility like Network Manager for network configuration, disable a service to prevent an error message during boot. We are using networked D for this. Network naming, so we can mask the udev's link.link file for default policy, or create a manual naming scheme. In this case, we are just doing that for the default policy. So done. Static IP, or the command below creates a basic configuration for that. We are going with DHCP because I don't want to fuck around with that because, oh my god, it's annoying. SystemD resolved configuration. If methods incompatible with SystemD resolves to configure network interfaces, example PPP, etc., or if using a local resolver, example bind, DNS mask, or unbound, or any other software that generates a resolve.conf, example a resolve.conf program other than the one provided by SystemD, SystemD resolved service should not be used. To disable that, do that. We're not doing static. It'll just give us one because we're not using a static resolve. So in this case, our host name will just be LFS because yes. We're not customizing the hosts file, we're just leaving that as is. What I will do is I will pull a hosts file for my own system, so terminal cat ett/host. So what I want to do is just do until EOF. So 127.0.0.1 local host 127.0.1.1 FS, and then does that also include the IPv6? It does. So in this case we will do that, and then FF021, then FF022, and a file. We don't need to do anything else. Overview of the devices that get added and removed. We don't need to touch that because we're not doing any of that right now, or at all. Explained in 9.3 overview in order of which devices are the same functionality for this events. Yeah, I know. We just paste this in as is and we leave that be. System clock, this will not work as standard. SystemD time dated reads etc adjust time depending on the contents of the file, sets the clock to either UTC or local. We can create that with that. If we want to set the hardware clock to local time, yes we do. We'll accept the hardware clock. If it's not present at the first boot time of date, we'll assume the hardware clock is set to UTC and adjust as required. We can also tell the time date control utility to set the time date hardware clock. Yes. We can't do it because PID1 is... None of this is going to work until PID1 is booted, so move on to the console. In this case, I will read from my own one, so cat etc/v console.conf. Okay, never mind. Hello, Neutrino. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. We are just getting closer and closer to booting a Linux one. This will assume automatically an American one if I don't set anything to it, so that's fine. We're not going to touch it for now. Locale-a. Good, and then lc_all equals engb. And then, whoops, locale, and then charmap. There we go. ISO 8859-1 proves I did remember that correctly. We now got all of that out, so that's fine. So in this case, once the proper locale settings have been determined, create a locale. So in this case, for me, it is just going to be language. It is going to be engb dot 8859-1. Give it the profile it wants to have. You can modify that, which I can't do right now because PID1 has not been set up, because PID1 is start system. This is just a standard and default vconsole file. Don't worry about it, it works. Shells, again, default shells, sh and bash. Put that up, don't worry about it. System usage and configuration. Disable screen clearing at boot time. We will allow for that. By default, the tempfs is created. The temp is created as a temp file system. In this case, tempfs. This is not desired. It can be overridden by doing that. Yes, we'll get rid of it as it is not desired. And then overriding the parameters for this unit can be overridden by, we're not going to touch that, we're not going to touch that, or that, or that, and then we're going to move on, making the LFS system bootable. Okay, it is now the point where we start crying, because this is the part where we need to start looking at things. Okay, we are quickly running out of time. Make it bootable, don't crash it. So in this case, I am going to echo my own one to look at it. So echo first of clear, and then echo at /ctc/first tab. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. In this case, ls block block ID. Oh, hang on. Screw it. Clear. We don't need to worry about this. Yes, it is time for FS tab fuckery. You know what? I'm going to make my life extremely easy this time around because I don't have a swap directory. Because I don't have a swap directory. Done. No fucking around. Oh yeah, I can't do that. Right, anyway, so just don't need to fuck around with any of it this time around. It's just set up. No fucking around with it. I said no to the thing this time. I was not messing around with it. So, cd lfs Sources. tar hyphen hash tar hyphen xvia for Linux. cd Linux. Hash. So first things first, we need to do make Mr. Proper. So that'll then give us a clean thing. What I need to do is come over here, do that, so I can then look at that and that at the same time, so I don't have to constantly flickety fluck, because I need to full screen this one because of the way that it is. So make menu config. Bada bing. Okay, so general setup. First things first. Compile the kernel with warnings as errors. Make sure that is turned off. Auditing support. Where are you? POSIX. Auditing support. Make sure that is turned off. CPU task time and Ujima flip. Where are you? CPU task time and that. Pressure stall information tracking. Pressure stall information tracking is on. Required boot parameter, that is off. Exit, and then exit processor type and features. Oh, hang on, I need to go back up to general setup. Hang on. Enable kernel head. Hang on, where is enable? Realized I went one too far. Enable kernel headers through. That is off, and then control group support should be there, and it is enabled. And then memory controller. Where memory controller new? Make sure it is indeed turned on. And then what is it? It is configure standard kernel features. Expert user. Hang on, where is... Hold on. Configure standard kernel. Is that in CPU task time? Ah, no, it's there and it's not enabled anyway. So, okay, good. Go back. No, we do not go back one more. We go to processor type and features. There we go. Build a relocatable kernel. Where is that? So, where is... Yeah, the top, wouldn't it? Support, enable, support, gold, Intel, no. LPOE. Where would it be? Build a relocatable kernel is enabled, and then randomize the that is also enabled. So we go back, general architecture, dependent options, and then stack protector buffer overflow detection. So that is enabled, and then we want strong stack protector, which is also enabled, which is good. Now we want networking support, and then we want to TCP IP networking. So the networking options, yes it is. So TCP IP networking is enabled, and then we will also enable the IPv6 protocol because yes, I can. Why not? Once I find it, which is also enabled, good. And then I need to find, there is a protocol that I need to find that I enable every time because, oh, Batman. I'm Batman. I will enable the Batman as a core instead of a module. I need to enable the Batman networking protocol because it's funny. I enable every time because it's funny. Device drivers, and then generic device drivers. generic driver options even. And then support for viewer event helper is off, which is fine. And maintain a dev temperfest, which is enabled. And then auto mount, which is also enabled. Good. And then firmware loader, need to come to here. And then firmware loading facility. Batman. I love that. Enable firmware system fallback merchant mechanism that is not enabled, which is fine. Now we need to go for firmware drivers, which means I need to go back up one. Where are you, firmware drivers? That's thermal, voltage, LED support, real-time clock, VFIO, Greyhound. Have I gone past it? Yeah, it's entirely possible I have gone past firmware drivers, isn't it? Android, no, I don't want to touch that. Yes, I have gone past firmware drivers. It's probably near the top now in my luck. PC card, firmware drivers. Yep, I was being dumb. Export DMI identification, which is on. That's good. And then graphics support. We all know the fun I have with graphics support, don't I? Where are you, graphics support? Graphics support. We all know how the fun I have with that one. Right, direct rendering manager is enabled. Good. Inserts extra text and debug info into the DRM range. Hold on, I need to scroll down. Do I actually need to touch that one? No, I don't need to touch that one. And then enable legacy FD deb support. And then enable that. Then console driver support. I need to find that. Where is boot up logo? Yeah, that's fine. That's how I can tell if something's working or not. Console display driver support, which is there. And then frame buffer console. We'll just enable all of that because that's going to be the only way I can think of doing it. And go back and go back, and then file systems, which is there. IO notify support for user space. Scroll down until I find IO notify, which is enabled, and then sudo file systems. Sudo file systems, and then temperfest virtual memory file. Temperfest virtual memory file, which is enabled, and then temperfest POS access control list, which is also enabled. Enable some additional features if you're building a 64-bit system. If you're using menu config, enable them in the order of config PC, PCI MSI, then IRQ remap, and then x86 x2 API-C. So first things first, PC MSI. So that is, go back, don't go any further back than that. So I need to do PC MSI first, which in this case is device drivers. And then PCI support, and then message signals interrupt. I've got to find it now. Hot plug, advanced APSM, message signals interrupt is enabled. That's good. And then IRQ remap, which in this case is IOMMU. Hardware support. SCSI. Where is IOMMU? LED InfiniBand? No. Go to here, and then support for interrupt remapping. Support for no. Support for inter remapping, and then finally x86 x2 API-C, which in this case is go back and then go back and then go up to processor type and features, and then support x2 API-C. Exit. If the partition for the LFS is on an NVMe SSD, i.e. the device number for the partition name is dev NVMe instead of dev SD, enable NVMe support or the LFS system won't boot. I don't need to touch that. Right, so save, exit, done. Okay, hold on whilst I go get my song. And we'll listen to it on Spotify. Remember, there's one song that gets played every single time without fail. It is The Way. Need to make sure it's just time make. Okay. Okay, guys, are we ready? Oh, I need to make sure that that's off. Okay, good, because I don't want to get copyright striked. Right, are we ready? Right, so time make minus J30. Okay, here goes nothing. Alright, here goes nothing. I know, that's exactly how I'm feeling, new trainer. Oh, you best believe I'm worried about this. But no, one time I was just listening to Slipknot, and the song Nero Forte came on. I like the song very much. And anytime I compiled a Linux kernel, whilst listening to this song, everything after the fact worked. There has been a time I haven't listened to the song, and things have gone wrong. So it's now the law that I have to listen to the song every time I go to compile the Linux kernel, because if I don't, there's going to be something wrong. Yodome. Oh god. Right, there's VM Linux. There's a system map. Okay, good. Okay, we are compiled. And then, oh, I need to keep listening because the modules haven't done yet. Time, make modules, install. Okay. Okay, right. That sounds about right, honestly. Okay, so we've done them. If you've decided to use a separate boot partition for the LFS system, maybe you're sharing a boot partition with the host distro, the files copied below should go there. The easiest way around it is to create boot in the FS tab file first. We did not do that, so that's fine. Copy this. Copy the system map. Copy that. And install the documentation for the Linux kernel. Okay, right. Quickly bring it back. So we've got it all done, all before midnight, which I'm very much surprised with. Oh yeah, so chown recursively 0:0. Don't worry about it. Paste that. Setting up grub. Okay. Please don't die on me. Right, okay. We're not doing the emergency boot disk. Let's be okay. Right, okay, so here's the point where if I paste this in and do SDA, it's gonna break because I need to do VDA. Fuck. It is not. It is. Ooh, right, okay. This happens every. Ooh. Pancake Sparkle, your assistance would be required. It thinks it's ext2. Yeah, it thinks the file system is ext2. But it's ext4. It's happened before. Oh, this has happened before. Oh, for fuck's sake, this happened before. This has happened before. And I can't remember what we did to fix it before. Oh my god. Yeah, this has happened before. I can't remember what we did to fix it before. God. Okay. Grub install slash dev slash VDA. Nope. Still thinks it's ext2. Hold on, what? Okay, so it did install then. Oh, fuck, hang on. Doing it again just to make sure. Installation finished, no error reported. And they used it right. It thinks it's ext2. It's not, it's ext4. Right, so I've got to be careful here. So the root is VDA. VDA1. Right, okay. So, this is the hope and pray time. Do that. I'm going to paste these in now. I will change them once I'm done. And once this is being booted. And once it's actually safe. I don't need to add myself to get counted because I've already done that. Right. If this doesn't work, we will try it again next week. Because we have gone over our allotted time. Okay, right, fuck it. Okay, we ready? Okay, so remove the installation media, which I can do by coming to here. Ow, my eyes. Clicky, clicky the brush. Click apply. Go back to here, full screen. Enter. Please work, please work, please work. Oh, fuck. HD02 not found. Fuck's sake. What the fuck did I do to fix it? And I can't fix it here because that means I've got to log back in. No. So it needs to be HD0. Right, so it needs to be HD0. Maybe? Hold on. Now, what is it, F10? Error, disk HT2 is not found. I need to boot back up into Ubuntu, don't I? Right, so force off. Yes. Oh my god. F again. Again. This has happened again. I love my luck. I love my luck. Good news is it actually booted. Well, tried to anyway. It tried to boot. Which is better than I can say for the past. Open a terminal. Thank you very much for subscribing, Argon Oil. Right, okay, so block ID. Okay, so that wants to be an annoyance, does it? Okay, right, so other locations. Dev VDA. Boot. Config. No. System map. Definitely not. Okay, how about grub CFG. Okay. Set root 0. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's got to be in that. So open it in terminal. Sudo nano grub no dot cfg. We change that to that. No. Okay. Right. Reboot now. Escape. 1. Bloody hell. Oh, joy. Right. So the only thing that I can think of right now is to just HD0. Forget the comma, forget the rest of it, just HD0. If that doesn't work, we'll come back to it next week. Apparently, it cannot find HD00. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to say, fuck finding HD00, try and find HD0 and be done with it. If it doesn't work, we come back next week and try again. We cry aggressively at it next week. Spongiver. Because I would like to be watching the World Endurance Championship right now. I can't, because I'm having to deal with my operating system doing exactly what it normally does and goes, nah, no. Grub config, open in terminal. Sudo nano grub .cfg. Right, I'm changing that to ext4. Get rid of that. Sudo reboot now. Escape, number 1. Yes! It works! It works! Ah! It works! Oh, I can't believe that's all it took. Right. LFS. Uh-oh. Yes! It works! Oh my god. Oh, fucking hell. You can tell I've done it and I've had to do this enough times that it actually... Oh god. Oh, I've done this far too many times. I've had to fix this far too many times. Oh, Lord. Jesus fucking Christ. Right. Let's look at installing one LFS package. Will be LFS package. Oh, hang on. Oh, fuck. Right. Next week, we'll fix the networking. But the good news is, I can log in and it works. Local hardware clock, that's fine. Oh dear. Right. We'll fix this next week. Ay. Maybe consider becoming a channel member where you get to support me committing acts of mania like this. Right, if you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. Hit the like button if you like that. dislike if you disliked it. They both seem to work, even though you can only see one of them. Remember, when you use Linux, don't panic unlike me. It's my job to panic, not yours. Anyway, I have been Nick. You have been amazing, and I hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You all very much deserve it. Goodbye.